Thank you for having me. My name is Jacob Farley. I am the director and writer, producer of the horror comedy short Fine Cuts. I'm from Minnesota, just outside of St. Paul, so a little bit of a trek to get here, but definitely worth it.
How long have you been making movies?
For quite a while. I mean, when I was a kid, I watched the movie Scream at way too young of an age. So ever since that, it was kind of game over. But I've been making them since like middle school. I went to college for it. Just actually graduated this past spring. So
Okay.
But yeah, did the whole film school scene and everything.
How long have you been at it with the movies?
I've been making videos since about middle school, actual like short films, and I've done a couple like amateur features just on my own because I'm a bit of a psycho like that. So, but that was mostly during college and stuff. Fine Cuts is kind of the first film I've taken out on like a festival sort of run.
Festival run?
Yeah, exactly. No,
How
it's
exciting.
It has not the most numerous festivals, but just the fact that we have some is pretty exciting to me.
How many other film festivals have you played at with it?
We have done, this is our fifth, actually, and then we actually just got into another one yesterday in L.A., actually, which is our first L.A. one, but this is actually our second Iowa festival we've done. We did one in Waukon called Star City Film Festival.
Okay. Yeah. How long did it take to shoot the film?
Probably over the course of like 8 days. There was kind of two main filming weekends, one where we kind of did everything. That was mainly in the script. I did an edit of that, and then reshoots and inserts we did about 3 months later, and we did that all just in one weekend as well.
Those are fun weekends.
No, yeah, exactly. Especially when you're now kind of a football school, and they're trying to do a football game right down the street where you're filming.
Really?
And they won't let you bring the film equipment in because there's too much security.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, we made it do, but it was a long day for sure. But no, my crew and cast was incredible, and they were all up for it, which I can't thank them enough.
Why do you like the horror genre then?
I find it weirdly comforting. I think the fact that you're watching all these scary, kind of most of the time awful scenarios playing out, and you kind of can feel comfort in the fact that you know it's not real, but you're also I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, so just kind of getting that like rush of like, okay, like I don't know what's gonna happen, getting all tense and just having that fear. And also on the flip side, I mean, I think horror and comedy is a tightrope. You have to walk quite a lot, and I think diving into both of those realms and getting both those kind of eeks and screams as well as getting laughs from a crowd is kind of why I really resonate with horror and why it's sort of my mainstay genre of stuff that I've made stuff in, because I love getting those reactions because I find that it seems to be very memorable for people when it happens.
What's your favorite part of the filmmaking process then?
I love being on set and directing. I find that's where in the whole process, because I mean at this level I'm very independent, so I'm sort of doing it all. But whenever I have a bit of a dedicated crew and cast that just I find making that machine gel well and getting it to work the way that I want, and trying to create these stories that I'm writing. And you know, I have an idea for the way I want to go, but I also love it to be such a collaborative effort. I want people on my set to like, oh, if you have an idea, like let me know. If you think like something's not working, we can change it. Please, like, let it be known. I want everyone to have a say on it. I don't want to be a dictator of a director. So, that's the one thing with this industry I've learned is just be nice to everyone, because you never know what will happen. And so just being able to be that kind of captain of a ship and run that, I find is very rewarding and is my personal favorite part.
Anything that happened that you wish you could do differently with this one?
Oh, good question.
Thanks.
I think, honestly, probably include more blood.
You could never have too much.
You can never have too much. And the actor in the film who sort of plays the dead guy, we were filming a very specific scene that if you see the film, you'll know exactly what it is. Where I was just kind of like, all right, I think we got the shot. Let's move on. And then he watches it back and he's like, no, we got to add more, and we just dumped the rest of the fake blood that we had into the mix that we were making, and it turned out so much better. And he made the right call, and I think probably maybe include some more throughout the whole thing.
Is this your first Halloweenapalooza?
It is, yeah. No, it's been very cool so far.
So why did you submit to Halloweenapalooza, if I can ask?
Yeah, no. So as I was looking at festivals to submit this to, I came across this one, and what this one had that was different from the others is that it's like an actual convention and this whole like long gathering, and not just like one or I mean, it is 2 days, but not just like one night of screenings and you kind of just jam everyone in. You go in and out. It's throughout the whole time. It's been super fun just to be able to drop in and watch a few shorts and then come back out, visit some of the stands, talk to some of the people. And that, as I was looking into it, that was like, okay, this is something I really haven't experienced before, like a horror convention. I personally have never been to one. So.
But you fell in love, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So being able to, being in this environment with, the same sickos as me, it definitely a fun time.
Where did you shoot the film?
So we actually shot this in one of my classrooms at college.
Okay.
Because I went to film school, we had a few like auditorium theater type rooms, and one of the main ones I would always have class in. I just kind of was sitting in there and like developing the idea in my head, and as I was doing that, I would just be like looking around the room, and I'm like, okay, I think this can fit. And I also knew we would get that location for free since I was a student there. So I was like, might as well make the most of it, not have to keep the budget as low as we can on this since it's a student film. So we were able to just shoot it all essentially in that one room, which also made it a lot easier for filming because we could do it all just in the one room, and we had a little lobby area outside just to hold all the equipment. And so it was a very minimalist shoot but I mean also a bit ambitious with some of the material that's going on in there.
Was there any limitations with the shooting location?
The fact that it was all in one room and we couldn't, just the limitations of the room itself, like it was obviously not a set, so we couldn't like move walls, anything around like that. So just having to film in the confines of the room itself presented a little bit of a challenge. Luckily we had a camera jib in there though, which would help like just to like raise the camera up, give it some new dimensions instead of just being tripod on the ground, just that a shot you would see in every other thing. I wanted to take the limitations of the room and kind of get creative with it, try to create new shots you don't see it earlier in the film, so it's just not just back and forth the whole time. I want to create something creative and visually interesting.
Also, they want me to ask, what were the guts made from?
Yeah. This has been the most requested question from every festival,
really?
actually.
Okay. I'm looking forward to seeing what the guts look like.
It was ground beef, Italian sausage, chocolate syrup, red food dye, and then a dash of black food dye just to give it an extra little viscous, gross nature to it.
A little extra gross.
Little pinch.
Just a pinch. You don't want to go overboard because it'll be too dark. Can't see it on camera. But the lighting we were using also helped accentuate how gross the guts look in it. I will say, but also that is once again thanks to my actor Will, who said to use more fake blood, and that's why I think this question is being asked as much as it has been.
Did you say Will? Thanks, Will.
Shout out Will.
What advice would you give to others who want to be filmmakers?
Yeah, I mean, just make stuff. Like, I mean, I'm not an established filmmaker at all, so just to be able to show stuff like this in front of a crowd, and it's all just because I have the drive and ambition to make stuff. Yeah. I mean, everyone has, you hear it, everyone has a camera on their phone nowadays, but even just if you have a cheap DSLR camera, you can make some really cool, visually interesting stuff with that. And that's the cool thing with these kinds of festivals, is to see the whole spectrum of that. Yeah. So, and just so you know it's there. And so I think just for people wanting to be filmmakers, you can use anything, do anything. Nothing's really stopping you in this day and age.
Yep. No excuses.
Nope.
No excuses.
None.
But just make sure you have good sound, because a lot of these movies sometimes will not. And so that'll help your chances.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us.
No, thanks so much for having me.
Can't wait to watch it.
I hope you enjoy the rest of Halloweenapalooza.
For sure.